So the question we were asking is, did this street exist before they built downtown Disney?
People can work in there, lowering whatever you got to put in there.
Yeah, that's cool. I've never seen one actually in the dirt. I'd like to see them put one of those in the dirt and start working. What's this path right here? They built up a little path.
Oh, here.
Right here in the foreground.
Yeah,
Probably what will be the new maintenance road. Because obviously there's not going to be a big old road for trucks in the middle of the land.
That's backside. That's backstage.
Presumably, because again, they still need that access road.
You know, it's funny.
All the way around,
Yeah, so they need a new one.
When we started doing this, all I see is Star Wars Land. Okay, whenever I look at this,
imagine there's going to be a fair amount of backstage area.
No, there's backstage, and there's parts that aren't even found. There's parts of this that are Frontierland.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because the river and the train and all that. But all I want to see is like, look how enormous Star Wars Land is.
Giant. I mean, it's still enormous.
It is still enormous.
And somehow there's only 2 rides.
And there's only 2 rides. That's good. Okay, first break. There's a lot for you to take in here with your eyeballs. It's funny. There are 100 things out there that we can see that would have completely fascinated us, 30 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
But now it's just a blur. Everything is just so much going on that I can't even. Like, what's all this? What is all this? There's this pipe down here and more conduit. What's the difference between the green conduit and the black conduit or whatever that is? What is this stuff? That stuff right there. What is that stuff in a package? What is that? What are they gonna do with that? You got like 18 different cylindrical concrete.
The manhole access things?
Black pipe and green. One will be fresh water. One will be sewage. More than likely, something along the lines of that.
You figure the black is sewage?
I don't know which would be which, but one would be different.
Okay.
Color coded so that you go in, which is what, guessing.
All right.
All that stuff wrapped up is probably all the couplings to connectors for all of those pipes right there next to that.
So like a gasket or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Right. I mean, I would just like to identify all this stuff. There's much more of that over here too.
Those concrete cylinders, I imagine, are like openings to
drop a person in, right?
Exactly.
Okay. You know what? We gotta go to the park, you guys. Let's go to Disneyland stuff. I have plans to ride Indiana Jones. Do you guys want to ride Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Okay.
You think it'll be working?
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Hey, what are you doing?
What?
Are you chat snapping this?
I totally am chat snapping, y'all.
Oh, okay. Well, put that in your book face. Sarah, that was a great idea that you had, knowing that we were talking about the new parking structure going up on Harbor and how they're comparing the bridge to the bridge at Downtown Disney. For us to come to Downtown Disney and look at the bridge and see if we can make any comparisons. It was brilliant. The bridge they're building on Harbor is going to be, they said, think of the Downtown Disney bridge. The only problem with that is that was all, Harbor Boulevard already exists. Disneyland Drive, I don't know, did Disneyland Drive exist when they built Downtown Disney?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
I wasn't driving at that time, so like...
Yeah, right? That was a while ago, huh?
What'd you ask?
Did Disneyland Drive exist before they built Downtown Disney?
I don't think it was called Disneyland Drive, but
Was that street present?
it might have.
Was there a street there?
Yeah.
Because I feel like, okay, well, let's walk up here. I can see the monorail now, and we'll find out. So the question we were asking is, did this street exist before they built Downtown Disney?
And we can't remember, so someone
I
needs
can't
to
remember.
tell us.
Because now you can see that there is a, Ian's saying that they lowered Disneyland Drive. And actually it does look like they're going downhill right here, right?
Yeah.
It does look like they're going downhill.
It's not like some huge divots or just
Because we're here, this is Disneyland Drive, right?
Back up.
And we come right over here and it feels like you're ground level. Well, you are, I guess.
Yeah.
This isn't ground level, that's below ground level.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is that they're gonna have to raise the monorail on Harbor.
That's what everyone's initial thought was.
Right.
Too.
Because you can't lower Harbor. Because they're saying make it like they do on at Downtown Disney, but you can't do that.
Well, you can.
You can't close Harbor. Harbor is the most trafficked street in the city.
I guess.
Yeah, they can't close the 405. You're
Right.
absolutely right, David. They can't do that.
Wait, they did do that. Look at, he's being farcical.
Facetious.
Huh?
Facetious.
No, he's mocking my saying that they can't close Harbor by saying that they did close the 405.
He mocks.
I know, right?
Do that.
But I mean, there were alternate. I don't know. That's Harbor Boulevard, though.
Harbor Boulevard. Okay, so you're telling me you can't take Euclid or you can't take East or.
Are you suggesting that it is within the realm of possibility that they close Harbor and lower it?
Disneyland owns that property.
They don't own Harbor Boulevard.
Disneyland owns.
Dude,
They own this property right here. Yeah. They own this, so they can close that whenever they want.
No, but let's be real. Anaheim got things shut, or Disney got things shut down in Anaheim.
Sure, no,
because of their
I get
power.
it. Disney and Anaheim are like this. Is that in frame? I can't tell.
The city's usually not happy about it.
Anaheim's in Disneyland's back pocket, so
and vice versa.
They need to shut down Harbor Boulevard for a week or 2 weeks or a month.
But the difference between your 405 is that the city closed 405 for city purposes.
That would be city purposes. Do you know how much revenue Disneyland brings into the city?
But it doesn't. I mean, what I'm saying is that they have eminent domain over all of that. Disney may or may not have.
My question, or my stance is, why wouldn't the city want to close the street down for a little bit?
Just so we can.
Just so that Disneyland can be better.
A crosswalk.
Disneyland is the main moneymaker for Anaheim.
No, I understand.
There's no reason for them to not want to do that to support and to back Anaheim.
That's a heavy impact on the traffic patterns.
Do you think they care about us, dude?
Yeah, I do. I think the city of Anaheim does.
You're completely, absolutely wrong. 100%. I hate to break that to you.
I'm sorry.
So
you know, I like to think the best of people if I can help it.
Streams right here. They don't care.
Are they just drafting plans to screw this?
They'll funnel us into one street and they will build up traffic for 3 hours, even though it normally takes 15 minutes.
Okay, so what are they going to do? Where are they going to put all that traffic? Because the other streets that surround Disneyland that aren't Harbor are not. Give me a street that
probably from like Catella.
No, a street that runs parallel to Harbor.
Parallel? You got Euclid.
Right, that's 4 blocks from here.
That's your next main street.
Because the next street is like there's what is it?
From here to there.
Clementine is not. You can't send anybody to Clementine. You can't send anybody to Manchester. You can't send anybody. They'd have to go
east,
all the way to Euclid. That's like a mile.
Hey, yeah, that's not what it is. A mile in between main streets.
Well, if they don't, then they have to drastically reroute the monorail.
That's what I'm saying. I think instead, you don't have to close Harbor if you just raise the monorail. Right?
They're not going to close the monorail.
Wait a second. Look at. I just said they're not going to close Harbor, but you're like, no.
The monorail, dude.
Come on, Christian. Why can't I be? You can't use my argument that you just knocked down.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Disneyland's going to put their foot down. Disneyland has more power and pull than the city of Anaheim.
The monorail, which is not city transportation, does not serve the city in any way.
It depends. What OT is more expensive, rerouting monorail or rebuilding road? I think that's what it'll come down to.
I think rebuilding the monorail would be more or less expensive.
I've heard monorails can be generally
okay, maybe so, but so is demolishing a city street and then rebuilding it just so we could put a little dip in it.
When was the last time the streets were refurbished? Maybe it's due. Maybe they could justify it along
monorail.
that lines.
I'm telling you, they're going to raise the monorail. It has to be.
Only time will tell, David.
Plus, not to mention the fact that it's going to affect all of the business on the hotels.
That is a fair amount of businesses right there.
Okay. We now have a convert.
Once again,
we have a convert. We're raising the monorail. Just say it. Just say it.
No,
we're raising the monorail.
Same. Disneyland will never change, David.
Anyway, so there you go. That's kind of like the visual trickery that I'm talking about is that when you cross the bridge from the parking structure to Disneyland, you're not going to feel like you're going up a grade and down a grade. It's just going to be one long, smooth translation. It's going to feel like it does when you're on downtown Disney.
On one other note, though, that Q&A...
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Star Wars Land updates from the Knothole Gang, or maybe our Secrets in History videos. Or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney baked fresh daily. And don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked by joining our Patreon campaign or by buying a Fresh Baked t-shirt. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I completely missed the boat. I forgot I was aiming for the boat.
I think our wish came true.
I still think it came true.